leave a car's width on the side of the track, and he did that. You're wondering what the difference is between that and what his teammate Isaac Hadjar did.
I would say there is no better driver for reading the regulations and the driving guidelines and understanding them than Max Verstappen.
Guys, I've just had the worst brain frog. Oh my God. Oh, my brain really is fried. I've just had the worst brain fog ever. Like, I really didn't think I was having like this post-chemo brain fog do I keep saying frog? This post-chemo brain fog that I hear people talking about. I just didn't really think I was feeling it until right now. So I was just in Specsavers. I went in for my 2-yearly eye health checkup, just see how everything's going. I do wear reading glasses and my sunglasses have a prescription in them. So I just wanted to go get everything checked out, post chemo, see how my eyes were going. Anyway, that all went really well. And then the recommendation from the optometrist was to get another pair of long distance glasses. So these are my sunglasses from my last time there. They are prescription long distance, but her suggestion was to get a pair with the same script basically as these, but clear, to wear at night. Because I have astigmatism, I get that thing at night where all the lights kind of flash out and it's blurry. And anyway, so I was like, okay, sure. And Specsavers do the 2-for-1 deal. So since I was getting those, I got a new pair of reading glasses as well, which will be really handy because then I can have a pair of reading glasses where I read my book at night, and then I can have a pair of reading glasses I take to work and when I'm using the computer. Perfect. So we get this all set up. I spend 20 minutes looking at frames. It's the whole thing. And then I sit down with this girl and she works out what my gap will be because I have private health. So I get, a little bit of money covered by that. And then she's like, okay, so that'll be this much money. And I tap my card and then it wants my PIN. And my brain just stops. It's like I never knew what my PIN was. I can't remember it. I don't know what number to press first. Anyway, then the numbers come to me. I was doing them in the wrong order. So I knew the 4 numbers that are my PIN for my card. But just imagine, this is obviously not them, but imagine that my card number is 1200. I'm pressing in 2100. And I'm looking at this girl going, oh my gosh, no, this is my PIN. I don't know what's going wrong. She works out another way for me to pay. So we could do 2 taps instead of me needing to know this PIN. Then she overcharged me, which was fine. I was the one being difficult here. So then they needed to refund back on the card. And then when you try to put a refund back on the card, you need to know the PIN. And suddenly the PIN comes to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 1200, not 2100. And put it in and got it right. Holy moly, my brain was just not functioning. There was just no way I could work out what these 4 digits were. I think I put in my PIN. Well, I think you got 3 tries before it locked you out and we did that 3 times. So I put in my PIN 9 times wrong. 9 times wrong. Holy moly. Anyway, I'm so glad we got that sorted because that was just wow, brain fog extreme. So anyway, I'm getting over that little moment with a little bit of sushi. Gonna have a little sushi snack in my car. I have a little bit of time. I have immunotherapy today. Yay. So eye test is done. Going to head over to the hospital and have immunotherapy. I also have an oncology appointment. I also have a PT appointment. So all the things happening at the hospital today. I'm feeling I feel good. I think I've mostly got over the cold that I had over the weekend. But now it's just this cough, and it's I sound sick even though I feel so much better. I sound the worst I have. So I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that I'm well enough for immunotherapy. I think I am, but I know I sound sick now. And, I am a little bit coughy. So there is obviously something on my chest. So hoping I'm well enough to do it. Just because otherwise it throws the whole cycle out and everything's a mess. Not because I love immunotherapy. So yeah. That's that. Someone's just pulled up beside me, which is always so awkward when you are filming yourself. I do want to show you something, but I'll do it in a second. There's just one last thing that I wanted to share with you, and that is that I just bought this big fluffy coat. in Big W. Now, I'm not usually like this big fur wearing person. I don't know if I will ever wear this except for the one event that I got it for that I intend to wear it at, which is the Hilary Duff concert. I've been looking at jackets like this online with all the big fluffy fur. Hilary wore a few like this on her little American tour. And so I've been thinking of an outfit to wear to the Hilary Duff concert, and I think I definitely want to incorporate a fluffy jacket. So this one from Big W was $35. Which, you know, I couldn't get anything online with postage for that cheap. So very, very excited to have spotted that one in the shops and picked it up.
Tony had a gun, Joni said. Her voice sounded strange, contrived, like a parent reading to a child from a book. That's new. Her gaze cut right into Steph. The gun is definitely new.
Done at the hospital. It's 10 to 3, so it's been a big day of appointments, but time to head home. Everything went well. So had a standard immunotherapy, then saw the PT. She's really happy with my post-surgery everything. I did mention that I'd been having like a tiny little bit of like nerve zaps in my back near my shoulder. She said that's really normal in terms of like where the nerves snap, that sometimes happen. She gave me some stretches to do. She wants me to get like a tennis ball and like sit it against a wall, and I can kind of like massage into that section of my shoulder. She said I feel pretty tight across my shoulder and neck, and recommended like massage if that was something that I was interested in. Then I saw my oncologist. He just kind of like checks my bloods, make sure everything is going well, that I'm not having any side effects, that treatment's not too much for me or anything like that. So all good on that front. And yeah, there's only 4 more immunotherapies until treatment is done, which is very, very exciting. So bring it on. But I don't see the oncologist again for another 6 weeks. I got my appointment for immunotherapy again in 3 weeks, and I'll see the PT again in about 3 months. So all is going well. Time to head back home. I'm listening to the audiobook The Angry Wives Club by Gabbie Stroud. She is a local author, but she's probably a pretty well-known Australian author, I'd say, around the country. She wrote the book Teacher, kind of like a memoir of her teaching career, which was a great book. And now, yeah, my book club are reading The Angry Wives Club. I'm listening to the audiobook version just because it was the easiest thing for me to get hold of and also read in time for book club, because book club is this Friday. And we're actually going to the library here in Bega, which is where the hospital is. And she's doing an author talk. So that just worked out perfectly that we'd already picked it and started it as our book for this month. And then we found out about that event. So it's a lovely free event at the library. Really looking forward to that. I think I've got 2 hours left of the audiobook. I'm really enjoying it. Highly recommend it. Especially if you're into I want to say women's rights, but like women's issues, women's views, women's stories, that kind of thing. It's a really interesting book. I do have been thinking though, when I listen to it, like, I love that we're telling these stories, these women's stories for women, but how do we get these women's stories in front of more men? Like, if we want men's behavior to change, how do we get these stories in front of them? Or is it enough that we're empowering women to expect more and stand up for themselves, and in that way we're sparking changes? I don't know. I just can't help but feel when I'm reading this book that it's like in an echo chamber, and I want men to read it. I want men to get the message that so many of them are just shit, and the way they treat women is horrible, and like it needs to change. Anyway, we might talk more about the book later in the week. I need to go home. I wasn't going to film again tonight since I got home and showered, but I've just cooked dinner and it is so delicious that I have to share it with you. It's like the perfect thing for me to be eating right now with this little like lingering cold cough thing going on. So I've made soup, dumpling, lasagna. Yum. Okay, ignore my messy floor where the dog has just made an absolute mess. This is so good. The lighting is terrible, but it's layers of the wonton wrappers, and then you put pork in between and like ginger, garlic. I put some grated carrots, some grated zucchini, spring onions, crispy chili oil, and then you cook it, and then you put a chicken stock, soy sauce, broth over the top. It's so good. So good. I will put the recipe in the description because you have to try this. Like, it's been going viral on TikTok, and it's been going viral for a reason. It is so delicious. Such a perfect choice for dinner tonight. Good morning. We are up and at it today. Oh, my voice. Haven't spoken to anyone yet. Ugh. Got to take my car to the mechanic. It's had like an oil issue. It makes this really bad smell. Anyway, it's meant to be getting fixed today, so fingers crossed they can do all that. But anyway, that's why I'm up. That's why we're trying to get moving, because this car has got to go in. I have got Macy in the back with me. I'm going to drop him at mum and dad's. And then it's also my sister's birthday today. So I have this little gift box that I've put together for her. So I got her like a little loungewear set, a claw clip, a little roll-on perfume, some this is like a coffee concentrate bottle that you can see there, some chockies. So she is actually sick at the moment too. So she's not at work today. So hopefully I can just pop around and see her quickly, give her that. We're meant to be having dinner at mum and dad's tonight. Mum's cooking everyone dinner. So hopefully she's feeling well enough to be up for that. And that's what's happening. So let's go get this car to the mechanic. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip. Hooray. Hip hip. Hooray. Hello, happy Wednesday. You're joining me at 5:30 at night. So welcome to Wednesday. I've just changed my sheets. This boy loves fresh sheets. As soon as I change them, he is up there. So I worked today. I struggled a little bit with this lingering like cough chest thing, just trying to like project and use my voice. Every time I would like get a few minutes into like an explanation or an instruction or something, I'd be like, oh, my dry throat. But otherwise it was fine. My car is still in at the mechanics. So he thinks he found the problem. He got the part, replaced the part, and then it seems that that part was actually masking a bigger problem. So that now needs to be fixed. And he's getting a different part to fix that tomorrow. So I sort of have my car. Thank goodness mum has been able to lend me hers, lifesaver. But now what I'm doing is I'm just about to sort and organize my bedside table. It is a mess right now. I'm trying this new system with like keeping my house clean of doing zones each day. Before I got diagnosed with cancer, like way last year, I bought this, I think it's an ADHD cleaning book from Temu. I don't have ADHD. It's got nothing to do with ADHD. It's just what the cleaning book's called. But basically it has like this week planner, and you do like a different room each day of the week. And the idea is just like to not have all this cleaning that you need to do on the weekend, to try and do like a real bit of it each day, have a routine so things don't get forgotten or missed. And that's what I've been trying to do. So today is bedroom day, thus the changing the sheets. And yeah, this little bedside table has just been neglected. So much like nail polish and just things that don't belong there. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time now giving that a little tidy. Oh my goodness, this is so much better. Ignore the fact I haven't set my clock, but only the things that actually need to be beside my bed. Everything else got put back where it belongs. Much tidier, much nicer. Okay, I'm showered, I'm in my cozy PJs, and friends, it is time to watch the Summer House Reunion Part 1. So keen. I have been looking forward to this, and I haven't completely spoiled it. It came out like last night in the US, but obviously because I've worked all day, I've hardly been on the internet. I haven't touched TikTok, so I have pretty much managed to avoid spoilers, which is perfect. You can probably hear the air fryers on in the background. I'm making some truffle fries. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to just embrace all the drama. All the drama. Hello, it is Friday afternoon. I've just gotten home from work. I've thrown on a little, whatever you call this, black jacket, fake leather thing. I've just thrown it over the outfit that I wore to school today, which was this little long sleeve brown dress with tights and boots. And I've just thrown a jacket on because I am just about to run straight back out the door and head to book club. We are going to the local library and going to an author talk with the author of the book that we read. I think I have like 20 minutes left of the audiobook, so I'll be listening to that in the car on the way there, but it's about a half hour, 40-minute drive anyway, so perfect timing to finish the book. I've ended up really enjoying the book. I think last time I spoke to you, I was a little bit worried that it was about to teeter off into this wild world and kind of, I thought there's going to be some payback from the women that I didn't necessarily agree with. It's all kind of worked out in a way that I feel was a much better resolution than where I thought the book was heading. So I have very much enjoyed the book. And yeah, it should be a nice event to go and hear the author speak and have book club, and then we'll probably get dinner. I think that's the plan, is to go for somewhere for dinner after the book talk. So I need to get moving. I need to get in the car. Like I said, I've got a little bit of a drive to get there.
April next year, there'll be another book. This book is probably going to be called, I don't know, they sometimes make changes, but they liked my title for this one. I'm hopeless at suggesting titles.
Is this not your title then?
No.
What did you call it? Tell us what you called it.
I called it Shiro's.
Okay.
It was saved in my computer as Shiro's.
Hello. Thought I would pop on and catch up. Apologies if you can hear the panting happening over here. It is Saturday afternoon. I have spent a lot of the day catching up with a friend. So we went down next to the water. We got some iced coffees. We met at 11. And then when we finally looked at the time again, it was 2 p.m. So that's where my day went, but it was great. It's always just lovely to like sit in the sun and catch up and chill out, and yeah, it was perfect. But I just went home and grabbed this guy so I could get him out for a little bit of exercise. So we're just doing a little bit of a walk. The book club book event last night was great. We didn't end up doing dinner afterwards. A few people just had to take off, and yeah, the actual talk itself ended up going to like 10 to 7 or something, and it was just easier for everyone to go their own way, which was fine. I actually just went through Macca's and tried their new teriyaki chicken burger, and it was yum. I actually really enjoyed it, so that worked out well. The event itself was really good. Yeah, it's cool to have the opportunity to ask an author questions about a book that you've just finished reading. So it was Gabbie Stroud, who wrote The Angry Wives Club, and then Jade Timms, who is the author of the YA novel Golden, which is another great book, highly recommend. And they were kind of like in conversation. So Jade had questions prepared that she asked Gabbie and that they spoke about. And then they kind of opened it up. There were a few questions that people had about like the writing process and being an author and things like that. And then I put my hand up and just asked Gabbie about like whether she always knew how her book was going to end. Because I was a little bit worried, and I think I spoke about this earlier in this video, but I was a little bit worried that the women were descending into bad behaviour that kind of matched the men's. And then she had a way of like flipping the story and bringing it all together in a way that I feel like it kept the women a little morally superior. Not perfect, you know, human nature, we're not perfect, but they didn't descend into the abusive, I guess, behaviour that a lot of the men in the book were portraying. And so I just asked Gabbie about whether that was always her plan, whether she always knew how she would wrap the book up like that, or if it was something that she really had to think about to keep the women in a positive light. So it was interesting to hear her thoughts around that, and she kind of spoke about how she developed that relationship between the characters Steph and Tanya, so like a 30-year-old mother character and her mother-in-law. If you haven't read the book, I do highly recommend it, especially if you're interested in like those kind of how women live and survive and are treated within the within the patriarchal society that we live in. And yeah, there were some great conversations happening about what that looks like for young women and teenagers and things like that in the current landscape. Gabbie herself has 2 teenage girls, so that was a very interesting perspective to speak about. Gabbie shared some books that she recommends that she's read lately, some fiction and non-fiction. I've actually already started listening to one of her non-fiction suggestions. So yeah, it was a really nice night out. I'd never been to that particular local library, so it was also good to go and see that and check it out. And so yeah, weekend's been off to a lovely, relaxed start.